A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome once again to I Found It First, Season 3. Still the last that I plan on doing for the entirety of my channel, and many other things. But before I do anything like that, why don't we go on ahead and showcase another piece of the year 2010. More specifically, this was a point in which that, if you remember the days in which that I used to collect Tomy, Trackmaster, Thomas and Friends related stuff, yeah, Thomas and Friends was a big thing that I had over the course of my life, especially up until I reached the age of 12, when I started to move on to other things, including Nerf, PlayStation, and other things. But before I did all that, 2010, I will say, was a peak year regarding the Thomas and Friends segment of my lifetime. And more importantly, all the stuff that I was doing on YouTube was almost entirely made for Thomas and Friends related stuff. There were some parodies, there were some fun sessions that I hosted along with some friends, and of course there were some redub projects which I have since scrapped. Mostly because I was pretty terrible back in the day. But hey, I worked with the budget that I had, worked with the equipment I had. Either way you look at it though, there are still some segments of that part of my life worth revisiting. So why don't we go on ahead and take a look at a unique sketch that I made along with an old therapist friend that I had back in the day. We basically set up a scene known as NASCAR versus Henry because for some reason there were some NASCAR models that I had gotten into my Hot Wheels collection at the time. And well, we decided to create a little skit about that.
Now you ready to start up, Henry? Wait a sec. Wait a sec. Let me put down the order of the cars. Some cars on. The cars should go on there. We should put down a little train small enough so we can. Just gonna let it sit there for a while so it can make the cars put down. Here, I put down 5 cars. 5 cars on there.
Well, you
Why would you put a black caboose underneath the... Okay, here's the order of the train. Here he goes. Uh-oh. Whee! Here he goes down the slide. Uh-oh. Oh no!
What the little
Accidents will happen!
Oh no!
Oh no! Run away, caboose!
Holy cow, NASCAR's never seen right turns before.
Oh,
right
what
turn!
the
Right turns! I can't do those.
No, we don't think it is safe! Go,
Yeah, so either way you look at it, it was a pretty fun thing that we did. It was a little battle going on with a freight train and a NASCAR, 2 powerful machines, and 2 adjacent paths that they would take, leading up into their collision. I guess you could say it was a tie, even though I didn't exactly make it clear at that point. Either way, though, it was still a great time that I had in there. And while I do have a few other videos like this out there, not all of them, unfortunately, are gonna be able to be revisitable or sent up for this channel, because after all, some things are in there that aren't exactly meant to be put up on the website. And so I'm not exactly going to be uploading everything back to the channel. In the same regard as how some other content has since been blacklisted, mainly as a means of personal matters with some people that I've been involved with over the years, and not to mention all of that built up to the horrific turmoil that was, of course, the blackout period. Yeah, so while that was an entirely different endeavor that I had encountered in my life, we could at least agree a lot of changes have since come around here. not just with the kind of content that I upload, but also regarding how I do with others when it comes to handling my cameras and whatnot. Some people just do not consent to be put up on the web, and it almost seems like there's finally internet police. So I feel like just for the matters of safety and for the matters of keeping things going on this channel smoothly, that is, that's why I'm, for the most part, going to be sticking to those commitments to keep this channel going, but to also keep the safety and welfare of the others that I am known to work with in check. So while I do have a few more videos I want to show here, and I found it first, I will at least say, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side for more.